Good evening YouTube, this is King Grimlock back for another Grimgram, and Friday night is import night. First off, a little bit of housekeeping, and all I have to say is thank you so much for all your lovely kind messages that were left on my last two videos, so a big thank you to all of you. It may seem like a little thing, but you make everything worthwhile, guys. So tonight's subject is Universe Nemesis Prime. Now this of course is a repaint of Classics Optimus Prime, the Voyager class figure. Thankfully not the Deluxe class figure. We could go into that in minor detail. But let's get this mode over with quickly, because I will be honest, I don't like this mode. It's not this colour scheme, it's not this mode for this guy, it's this mode in general. I think it's successful, but I just don't really like it. I think the detailing on it is excellent. You know, the wheels are lovely, especially on this one. The colour scheme is fantastic. I do wish that the bumper and the grille had been silver to match in with the trim and on the weather vane as well. But that's fine. I love the sculpted detailing around the door area. Again, problems with the crossover of the paint apps. Why have we got beautiful shine and black paint at the front and then a matte finish on what becomes the arms? Doesn't really make sense, but there we go. As I say, I don't overly like this mode. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not very good. It's not very impressive, it doesn't stand out. I mean, I'm just going to crack straight on with the robot, to be honest with you. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't be a proud addition to any line, and the highlight of that line as well. The robot mode of Nemesis Prime is amazing. Now obviously he is just the unretooled version of the Classics Optimus Prime, but you know what? Everything about him is brilliant. The entire colour scheme oozes Nemesis. Someone described this on the Moonbase 2 forum as a sexy toy, and I don't think you can deny that this figure with this colour scheme just oozes sex. There is just something about it that is beautiful. I don't know whether it is the black with the grey and the teal and just this lovely accented chromed, not chromed, but gunmetal chest area, breaking up that black, the gunmetal replicated on the mouthpiece, you know, this beautiful metallic teal on the knees and highlighting the arms and the shoulders, just that little grill bit in the head. I mean, I could literally go on for hours about this mode. That's why I just wanted to skip over the truck mode. Everyone's seen the truck mode, everyone's seen what the truck mode can do, everyone's seen what the truck mode looks like. Everyone, you know, most people will have one of the primes, one of the repaints, so they know what the truck mode looks like. But Nemesis Prime really displays beautifully and wonderfully in his bot mode. I personally can't stand the windbreaker cannon. That sounded bad, but yeah, that's what it is, I guess. I don't like it. Don't like it in the slightest. I prefer to keep it on its back and just go with the enormous exhaust cannon. I do love that gun. That's a fantastic gun. And even the arm shields on this version don't look bad. They don't stand out because they have that lovely teal headlight and the silver links in, and the blue on the windows actually matches up perfectly as you'd expect, because they, you know, it does in the robot, in the vehicle mode. But no, everything about this mode is what is good about Transformers and about the Transformers line. This is how a repaint can be better, in my opinion, than the original. This for me is better than the original Optimus Prime colour scheme that was released in the Classics line, and that's a big say, I know. But this guy I have so much love for. So much, in fact, that I don't want and wouldn't recommend getting the Nemesis, the Shadow Commander armour for him, because you lose all of this gorgeous teal finish. You lose all of this break-up grey. I mean, look at the way the colour scheme works. It's got these lovely dark blue legs and the... I could go into the detailing on it and bore you silly with, you know, how each bit has been picked out or highlighted, or why I think it's successful, or where they could have highlighted more, because let's be fair, it's not a perfect toy. There are parts of it that are wrong. The articulation is fine, but there's nothing at the shoulder other than there's no, that's a lovely joint there, but ratchets are all well and good, and there's nothing at the wrist at all, and legs, he isn't hugely posable. He's not bad at all. I mean, heck, we've had many, many worse primes, but there is something about this guy, the Nemesis version of it, that makes this almost the perfect Decepticon. He, as I say, he oozes power, and he is everything that the anti-Optimus Prime should be. He is dynamic. The colour scheme really screams evil. I mean, this green reminds me very much of, I don't know, almost the Seacons in its colour. I don't know why, and there's something about it that really makes me... I know what it reminds me of. Nucleon? Is it Nucleon? I can't remember. But there's something that... Yeah, Nucleon Quest Convoy? Answers on the comments page, please. But there's something this green really reminds me of, and I really love it. I remember when I first transformed this, I got this guy at Auto Assembly, and I got him out of the packet, and I looked at the truck man. I thought, yeah, it's all right. Wasn't overly pleased how much I'd paid for it, because the truck's going to look like this, and transformed it to this, and realised just why everyone had been raving about him, and why everyone had been going on about him. And for some reason, this head sculpt, if I can get that into actually focus, go on. For me, works better as Nemesis Prime than it does as Optimus Prime. Now, I know they're supposed to be identical, but because of the harder edges, the harder lines around the helmet, the two little bits there, the cut in on the mouth plate, I don't know, it just works better as Nemesis. It's harder, it's got harsher edges to it. The light piping's actually been destroyed almost, because they've painted a red layer over the blue light piping, which means it should glow purple, but for the most part it doesn't glow anything, which is a real disappointment actually. Overall, I mean, again, this is another one, much like Henky Red Alert, where I could talk about why I love him and why I think he is what is good about Transformers and why other toys don't do it, and I guess I have to a degree already done that, without really discussing why. I mean, why I can't put a word as to why I think this guy's special. I can't put words on why I say you should go and buy one. Other than the fact that if there is a, I'll put it this way: Laser Rod Prime, RID Scourge. That's the difference. Laser Rod Prime was a great toy. RID Scourge was an amazing toy. That's what this guy gives in this mode over Optimus Prime. I personally prefer this to the Optimus Prime. In the other mode, in the truck mode, the Prime looks better because it's been designed as, as Prime. But this guy, as is, for me, is the definitive Nemesis Prime, the definitive Scourge. This is the guy you need to get, and if you don't have this repaint, snap him up as quickly as possible, people, because he isn't going to be around for long at a reasonable price, and he does still do the rounds at a fairly good price, so take the opportunity to get him. Seriously, just... yes. This is why I collect Transformers. This is why I collect Transformers.